It's your girl Cornstarch Mommy. So I am back with another video, but it's pretty much just letting y'all know what the fuck been going on with me and why I've been MIA. So from my last video, I know I was talking about that I had to schedule an appointment or whatever for my fibroid or whatever, right? So they ended up calling me and was like, can we reschedule for September 1st? So I'm like, cool, because, you know, I wasn't really tripping on it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the beginning of August, I end up going to my cousin's house and we turning up. We having a good old time. You know what I'm saying? I get drunk as a skunk and then I go home. So, the next day, I'm like, damn, I'm hung over. Like, oh my God, this is a crazy ass hangover. So I end up staying in bed the whole day. Next day go by, I'm still feeling terrible. I'm like, why am I still feeling terrible after this hangover? So I'm, you know, trying to drink Gatorade. I'm drinking water. I can't really eat nothing because I don't have no appetite. But I'm like, I need to try to eat something. But it was something slight. Like, I want to say I ate some noodles or something like that. But still, it ended up, the whole week had passed. And I'm like, yo, this ain't no hangover. Something is wrong. So my family like, you know, make a doctor's appointment. You might got alcohol poisoning or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a doctor's appointment. But I still was, you know, pushing it off because I'm like, I'm going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So then a couple days had passed and I was like so tired to where I couldn't even get out the bed. I'm like, what is going on? So I ended up like sleeping the whole day. Like my family calling me, everybody calling me, and I was just knocked out sleep. So when I finally woke up, I called my sister back. She's screaming, hollering on the phone like, oh my God, why was you not answering? You scared us. We got the police coming to your house to do a wellness check. I'm like, what? Like, what the hell? So I'm like, mind you, my sister don't have the key to my apartment or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just, you know, keep my door open, unlocked or whatever, because, you know, I live in a nice neighborhood. So I had kept my door unlocked because I was feeling real bad. So then it got to the point where I was feeling so bad to where I couldn't even go to the bathroom. Like, I would just use the bathroom on myself. Like, it was to that point. Like, my cousin called me and was like, you know, Edie, that's what they call me. Edie, you need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I can't move. I can't move. Something is wrong with me. I can't move. I can't get up. I can't lift my body. So they end up calling the ambulance or whatever to come get me. So the ambulance ended up coming to get me. They followed me to the hospital, my family or whatever, and I was straight up like throwing up everywhere. Like my sister crying, she like, Edie throwing up, and she didn't even have to walk or go anywhere. Like they carried her and she's throwing up everywhere. So she crying. So I end up, you know, finally going to the hospital and they took, you know, everything or whatever. And they was like, yeah, get her room prepped because she's gonna be here. So I'm like, you know, what's going on? They like, first off, you severe anemic. They was like, we're gonna have to do a blood transfusion. Your blood is extremely low. I think they said it was like at a 5 and it was supposed to be like at a 12 or something like that. But they ended up giving me like, I want to say 4 or 5 IVs. They was like, I was super dehydrated, this, that, and the third. It was just like a lot. So then, you know, I'm finally feeling okay. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better while I was, you know, laid up in the hospital. So then they're like, well, we're going to do a scan, you know, just to see what's going on, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, you know, I still could go home. Cool. So go to get the scan done, come back. They're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get you prepped because you're going to have emergency surgery. So I'm like, huh? Emergency surgery? Mind you, I've never had surgery before, so I'm panicking. My sister's panicking. She's crying again, like calling my peoples. Oh my God, Edie gotta go have surgery. What's going on? They all panicking. So the doctor like, yeah, Your fibroid is literally 3 times bigger than your uterus and it's laying on your kidney. It was like it's so bad to where it's an infection that's traveling through your whole body. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're feeling so bad. They said that I had sepsis or something like that. It was like if you would have came another week or so, you probably would be dead. And that just scared me so bad. Like scared me so bad. So my sister like she eat cornstarch and that's probably what's wrong with her. So the doctor like, mind you, I'm so pissed off. She mentioned that cornstarch, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I'm like, you need to mind your business. This shit ain't got shit to do with nothing. So the doctor like, yeah, it's just because her iron is so low. That's why she craved the starch. We get a couple patients that's like that, but it's not the starch causing that. It's because her iron is extremely low. There was like that once the fibroid is removed that I shouldn't crave starch anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and get this surgery done. You know what I'm saying? So they end up prepping me for surgery, but then they like the doctor that's supposed to take the fibroid out was unavailable. So they was going to go ahead and put a stent in. So I'm like, a stent in? So they like, yeah, because your kidney is blocked. So the fibroid is laying on your kidney. So we got to have a stent put in to hold your kidney up. So I'm like, what the fuck is a stent? You know what I'm saying? I don't know none of this. So they like, a stent is like pretty much a large rod that's going to be holding your kidney in place. So I'm like, okay, well, do what you got to do. So end up having the surgery done. When I woke up, everything, I didn't have no pain or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, well, this is okay. You know what I'm saying? So they like, all right, we're going to, get you ready to go home the next day. So I'm like, all right, go home the next day. Listen, I had to pee literally every 10 minutes, like every 10 minutes. And then when I say it was so painful because it was like, my body didn't know what that was inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was so, oh my God, y'all. Like, it was the worst. It was the absolute worst. So a whole week had went by when I had the stent in, right? So they wanted to check up on it or whatever and see if they could go ahead and take it out. So I'm like, okay, well, can we go ahead and remove the stent? They're like, no, because, your surgery's not scheduled yet to, remove the fibroid. So we got to leave that in place because you could go ahead and have another infection again throughout your whole body, and this time it could be worse. So I'm crying. Like, I'm crying. I'm like, I can't get no sleep. Every time I use the bathroom, it's painful. Like, I can't do this. Like, it was literally the worst experience of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because my aunt had a stent put in place too, and she was like, she didn't have no pain. I'm like, I'm literally crying every day. Like, when they told me they won't take that stent out, I was crying so bad. Like, I called my sister like, they won't take it out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I just want to kill myself. Like, y'all, I was so depressed. It didn't make no sense. So then I ended up having to go to the doctor so I could go ahead and schedule the fibroid to be removed. So he like, this fibroid is extremely big. He like, I'm surprised you're not feeling this. I'm like, yeah, it never really bothered me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Even though when I, have my cycle, I'm bleeding extremely bad. But other than that, it didn't really bother me to where it was like super painful. I did have a, pain when I was on my cycle, but that's about it. Or a little bit of pain when, throughout when I have like intercourse or something like that. But it wasn't to where I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to the hospital right now. And he was like, feel this. And I'm like, what? He was like, that's not part of your stomach. That's not normal. That's your uterus. I mean, that's your fibroid just poking out. I'm like, what the fuck? So he like, well, we're gonna go ahead and get you scheduled or whatever. So I'm like, okay, finally. So go ahead and get me scheduled. Get that scheduled. This is like now. So I had the stent in from August to September. Yes, like the longest. So then he had me scheduled for my surgery in November. So go ahead and get that scheduled. So it's time for surgery now. So go ahead and get the surgery done. You know what I'm saying? I come out, worst pain in my life. Like, worst pain in my life. It wasn't even so bad to where my stomach was hurting. It was more so like up here. And it was like it was due to the fact that, you know, when you have surgery, air travels up and it get like stuck. So when I say like I was crying, I was in so much pain. Like I kept needing them to give me medicine. It was the worst experience of my life. Like literally the worst experience of my fucking life. Like I never want to go through that again. He was like, we end up finding, they took out the big, you know, the big fibroid. And then he was like, he found two more. So he ended up taking out another one. And then he was like, the third one they had to keep in because I started bleeding extremely bad. So they wanted to hurry up and close me up. But I'm like, if this motherfucker get too big to where it need to be removed, I don't think I could go through that again. I'm like, why you just didn't, you know, give me a blood transfusion and take this motherfucker out? Like, why would you keep this in? But I let it be or whatever. Mind you, the stent is still in. The stent, the little rod shit, is still in. So I'm trying to recover. I'm gonna let y'all see, you know, the whole little, my stomach area, because to me it just looks so ugly. It's clearing up now, but my stomach is just not what it was before, and I'm just so over it. But I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying, because I'm glad that I did go to the hospital, get this shit over with. But I'm just like, I had a appointment scheduled in September for them to look at my fibroid. Whole time this shit supposed to been out. Like, I've been going to y'all and y'all been telling me this fibroid is not big, you know, we're gonna check, see if it's other factors it's causing why your bleeding is so heavy. Whole time that's what it was. Like, these doctors are so trash out here. It's ridiculous. But I'm thankful it's all better now. And then he said that my cravings was not going to be bad. Listen, I was craving starch so bad in the hospital, you don't understand. And it's like, it's not even pure starch that I'm craving anymore. It's like, I need Toasty so bad. Like, Toasty is my go-to now. I gotta have Toasty. Toasty is my number one, seriously. But I do got a few bricks here that I'm gonna end up making another video. I think they are pure though. It's a few pressed bricks, and I end up getting another brick from I don't even think it's a brick. I think it's some chunks from Serena Purse. So I'm gonna do that in another video. Let y'all see that. And then I was supposed to do the powder video too. But I don't even know if I'm gonna do the powder video because I'm just craving Toasty starch so bad. Like, I'm gonna have to end up putting the whole thing of Toasty powder on regular powder. Like, y'all don't understand how bad I'm craving Toasty starch. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all because I know I've been getting like a whole bunch of messages like, where's Cornstarch Bobby? Cornstarch Bobby, come back. Like, a lot of people from Facebook already know what's going on with me, because I did, you know, post that, you know, I was having surgery and pretty much what was going on. But a lot of people on here don't know from like YouTube. So I'm like, let me make a video now that I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still like, I did go to the doctor, I want to say a couple days ago, and they did say my uterus was still extremely swollen because they had to take the stent out, and that was just like a couple days ago. I was finally able to get an appointment to get it removed, and that was the worst experience of my life as well. But I'm gonna let y'all see pretty much everything as far as my stomach, and then also the stent that they had put in me as well. But I'm gonna make some more videos because I've definitely been missing y'all, and I know y'all been missing me. But I love y'all, and thank you so much for continuing to support me. But that was it. Your girl had to have 2 surgeries. Whew. But see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. So this was fresh out of surgery. Stomach swole, stitches showing. I was bruised up, literally everywhere on my stomach. And this is like a week after. Still pretty bruised, but it was getting better. And this is the stent right here that they had to put to hold my kidney in place. But I just want to show you guys that. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.